Hey there. So like on social media when folks are like, this is going to be really a popular opinion, and you read it and you're like, it's just a different opinion. Like why? Why would you get all dramatic about it? This one is actually a really unpopular opinion. It is sacrilegious. Because I don't like Jesus. I do not like Jesus. Jesus is a burr in my ass that I will never be rid of. He is, to me, rude, crude, sociably unacceptable, or socially unacceptable, domineering, misogynistic, and just straight up rude. I mean, he's a shit ass. And it wasn't always like this, but past year and a half, shit ass. So this is coming to the fore, because I've had in my head probably the past 12-ish hours, that song, I think it's by The Cure, and I can't sing, but here we go. Your Own Personal Jesus. Dun, 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 your own personal Jesus and mine. Is it ick? I first met Jesus probably the summer of 2011. Early summer. I was brokenhearted. I had been treated so ridiculously horridly by a romantic partner, that I was beyond devastated. I was beyond bereft. there was nothing to move from me, but snot and tears. Like I could have drowned in it. Anyhow, I went inside the house and into the kitchen where it was darker and cooler. And I'm just like, can't catch my breath. I'm sobbing so hard, and I'm standing there. And before I can drop to my knees on the floor in such emotional pain, there's this hand that holds my face just like this. And this is an invisible hand. It's invisible, but it is dense. It has density. There is physical touch and there's strength behind it, so I could lean into it. And I leaned in and I sobbed, and it kept me from hitting my knees on the floor. And I knew in that moment this was Jesus. I'd had an experience with him a couple of months prior to that. So the energetic signature was entirely recognizable. And in that moment, those moments, because it lasted a while, there was nothing but love. Nothing but love. And he's part of this pantheon of ancestral energy that is, I mean, he's just one of many, many beings that are connected to faiths. He just happens to be the one that's generally the asshole. God, not an asshole, although he does get a lot of my spicy language. Muhammad never gets any of my spicy language. His steady presence is just this, it's not even love, it's just presence, and it's there all of the time, purposefully, even if I don't know what the purpose is. But this past, let's just call it 6 months. 6 months. Jesus, when he is in my world, he is rude, crude, sociably unacceptable, and just an ass. And it began a few months ago when I left the job, because it was literally like I lost handfuls of hair and was so profoundly ill. And so I'm thinking, I'm in the kitchen. Magical shit happens in the kitchen. Usually not asshole-ish shit. Usually it's just magic. But anyways, I'm at the kitchen sink and I'm going through the mental to-do list. Okay, so if we're gonna do this, I need food, so I need to get food stamps again. I need to reapply for Medicaid. I need to do these things like the things. And while I'm washing dishes, here he comes, and in this tone of voice, don't you dare. Don't you fucking talk to me like that, you asshole. And I actually didn't say that then. I was so stunned. I was stunned. I was hurt. I burst into tears. And the tone with which he used, the tone that he used was like, I am the boss of you, and you cannot do something to keep yourself safe. This is part of a larger thing, the past year and a half-ish. And I knew that defiance was not in the cards, that there was something bigger than this. But the way in which I was spoken to by a being who like, everybody else gets like all the love. No, I get an asshole. And there was another couple experiences. One of them is part of this whole keeping oneself safe, keeping myself safe, was that I was pushed for reasons so far beyond my understanding to spend money I didn't have, like to intentionally, very purposefully make myself, at the very least, unsafe, and in my measure, immoral, by intentionally putting my bank account into the negative. Again, this time though, we're in the car and I'm driving and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You can't. Okay, never mind the fact that I actually live in the world of magical thinking in one respect. What I said was, you can't force me to believe this magical thinking stuff. That's not how this works. That's not what trust is. That's not this. That fucker said out loud, outside of my head, into my ear, you don't have to believe it, but you must do it now. Don't fucking talk to me that way. No. And there was another experience, and it just kept on, and anymore. Like, there's just this string of things where Jesus is trying to get me to do some shit without explanation, thinking that I'm just gonna hop to because he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And I'm like, you are not in my lived experience. You are speaking to me as a misogynistic, controlling asshat. Stop. I am one living my own life. I mean, it might not be like a life for me, but I'm living my own life. I don't need somebody who's bound up to other people's myths to treat me like I'm less than him when my path is his. So yeah, I don't like Jesus. I think it is really super that like the young lady I met a couple of weeks ago doing her missionary thing, she was so excited. She's like, I just love him. And I'm like, oh, bless your little heart. Too bad I know him as an asshole. And I'm presuming that this is gonna change. He would like me to think that he's just my friend, that we can talk to each other like this, that I can say, shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about. And he can tell me, shut the fuck up, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have to believe, you just have to fucking do it. And maybe he is. But in the moment, I don't like him. I think he's disrespectful. And if I am this freaking thing that they say I am, like, why would anybody talk to me in that way? Like, why? I really feel like I should have Personal Jesus running as a soundtrack behind this. But it's probably protected. My personal Jesus is an asshat. That's my lived experience and opinion of it, popular or not. So anyhow, yeah, that's your sacrilege for the day. Okay, bye.